Ahoy, ahoy, welcome to a brand new edition of the Ramble and Reactions. Sitting next to me is handsome Dan Nye.
Sitting right over there is clever Eric Muller.
And Dan saw a little movie today, and we called it a little movie because it's called The Little Hours, and it's about nuns being bad, and that's the joke.
That's a joke. And that's the funny thing too, and I'll get into that a little bit, because talking to you, talking to Nate, a lot of people, Josh also weighed in, but he was more interested in seeing this movie. So if you've seen a preview for it, you know that The Little Hours stars Aubrey Plaza, Allison Brie, Kate Micucci, who I didn't recognize in the preview, was really happy to see her in this, John C. Reilly, Fred Armisen, Paul Reiser has a really funny scene, and Molly Shannon, and Dave Franco. That's pretty much all the big players.
Nick Offerman.
Oh, I can't forget Nick Offerman, because he's one of the funniest people in this movie. And so there, basically, it focuses on three nuns, and then Dave Franco as an outsider coming in to the convent, essentially. That's more or less the plot. And I will say, this is a movie I can comfortably say that's not the only joke in this movie. However, this movie, if it would not have put that and leaned heavily on that in the trailer, I would have enjoyed this movie a lot more. I kind of went in expecting to see that, expecting to see a lot of overly slapsticky comedy. However, it was set, you can tell it's set way back when, it's set in the 1300s, but everyone's talking like Eric and I talking, they're talking like they're in 2017, which is kind of weird, and it kind of throws you off, which I would have bought, and then the swearing and everything would have been better if they would have held it and that became a joke. If I would have got that in the movie and they didn't let it on, and then all of a sudden these nuns start swearing and beating people, that's funnier to me. But since I already knew it going in, I'm I kind of expected it, and the joke kind of lost its luster. There are funny points in this movie. Nick Offerman has some great scenes. Fred Armisen is arguably the funniest person, but that's because he's essentially recapping what happens in the movie. And he comes in, and it's he's going over a list of this is everything you did. What the hell is wrong with you? John C. Reilly is playing drunk fairly well, but it was strange because I wasn't sure what they were trying to accomplish. It reminded me a little bit of the tone of Monty Python, but without the great parody of it. You know what I mean? It was imagine a watered down, because you get the talent of something like Anchorman. Yes. So imagine a watered down version of that, and then kind of with the tone of Monty Python. So
that sounds horrible.
Horrible is a bit strong, because I did laugh. It
doesn't sound entertaining.
It was a weird film.
I was going to say,
and you know how I review movies. I'm pretty positive for the most part.
You're always positive. You're always, sure it's piss, but you know what? I'm calling it lemonade.
Kind of.
It's sunshine.
But that's the thing.
It's a golden shower. So you've got over the goods and the bads. Let's go ahead and grade this bad boy.
I give it a C. I've seen worse, but for the amount of talent and the amount of people that were attached to this, it was just, it didn't, and I have the expectations I have too going into the movie. It's I just didn't really live up to it. It makes me kind of sad.
This movie broke you a little.
A little bit. It was.
I could sense it.
Yeah.
I know when Dan's sad and is trying to cover it up.
And sad is a strong word. I'd say maybe it's kind of like when you're disappointed.
You're disappointed.
I'm disappointed in this film. I wanted more. I wanted more laughs. I wanted more. I couldn't tell what they were trying to do, because it didn't decide whether or not it wanted to go story heavy, joke heavy, and then honestly, some of the situations are some of the funniest parts, but then you have other jokes, and then you have other things that aren't really explained. I would say Kate Micucci is probably the funniest part in this film, and her and Fred Armisen. But yeah, it's just, in general, it's a big shrug.
Alright, so that was disappointed Dan's feelings on The Little Hours. Do you agree with him? Did you love this movie? Did you want to see it burned at the stake? Who knows?
And that's the thing, I wish I could have came back and been no, it was good, you should go see it, but I'm the more I talk about it, it's just
it's just sad.
It's underwhelming.
I think you just went from a C to a C minus.
It was push. It was a C minus push, right on the edge. So
now it's officially a C minus. So please love, comment, share, and subscribe. Over there is handsome Dan Nye.
Sitting right over there is clever Eric Muller.
As always, anchors away. Ahoy, ahoy, ramble on.